Hey everybody, it's Brian here again. How's everyone doing tonight? I'm making this video, another political video, about election deniers and why it needs to stop. So let's get right into it, everybody. By the way, this is a topic that irritates me very much. So as you can see, I have pictures here of Kari Lake, Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, Stacey Abrams, and Doug Mastriano. Now, Hillary Clinton and Trump, everyone knows. Kari Lake and the other two people might not know. So, starting off, I'll explain all. Hillary Clinton, obviously, she was first lady back in the '90s with Bill Clinton. She was the Democratic nominee. 2016, Donald Trump. Everyone knows he was the former president. He's also the front runner on the Republican side right now. Kari Lake is probably less known. She is a potential Senate candidate, and she ran for the Arizona governor's race in 2022. Stacey Abrams ran as a Democrat in the Georgia's governor's race in both 2018 and 2022, and Doug Mastriano was in my state as the Republican nominee in 2022 for governor. All five of these people are election deniers. Now listen, Stacey Abrams is probably the least bad here. I can respect her a little bit more, but all five of them have not conceded elections properly. So we're going to start with the obvious one in the room, the worst one with it, Donald Trump. Donald Trump is still, to this day, over 2 years later, close to 3 years, it's been close to 3 years since November 2020, he has still not conceded the 2020 election. He says that there was so much fraud, there was interference, the Democrats interfered, and there was so many fraudulent votes. He says there were thousands and thousands of votes that were cast for him that were thrown away, that it was a rigged election, and there were multiple investigations, hundreds, by Democrats, Republicans, Independents, people that you didn't know what the political affiliation was. There were multiple recounts and there were multiple court hearings, and they all came out ruling that there was no fraud, there was no interference, that Donald Trump lost the 2020 election to Joe Biden. It was a fair and equal election. There was no fraud in that. Now, on the other presidential side, you have Hillary Clinton. Now, hold on, before I get to Donald Trump. No, let's go to Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton has, since this day, yes, she did concede the election. She did. She did call Donald Trump, congratulated him, and conceded the election. But she, for years now, has been tweeting and going on interviews saying about how there was Russian interference, about how Jill Stein was hired to run for president, and WikiLeaks put out all this false information. The WikiLeaks false information that Russia posted, that is not interference. That's propaganda being spread if it was lies. It's propaganda, so that's not interference. And another thing, Jill Stein was not hired to run. There was no proof of that. Jill Stein has denied it. There was absolutely no proof of that. So there's no proof that there was Russian interference. Now, there's some people that say, hey, that, there was a book written, read the book. Yeah, and, same thing. Mike Lindell wrote multiple books and made multiple documentaries on the 2020 election. There's no proof of 2020 fraud and no proof of interference in the 2016 election. They were both fair and equal elections. The reason why Hillary Clinton lost is because she failed in Florida, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin to connect with the voters, and she won the popular vote, didn't win. Well, that's the winner-take-all system. Instead of her going on and saying this, and that about Russian interference, she should be going out and trying to say, let's abolish the winner-take-all system. Same with Trump. Trump should say, you know what, let's focus on why I lost. Let's focus on the issues of why I lost, not on calling fraud or interference. And I get to the next person. Kari Lake. She's still not conceded. It's been about 10 months. No, it's been 11 months, I'm sorry. It's been about 11 months since last year's Arizona governor's race when she lost. It was a very close election, but at the end of the day, she lost. Like the 2016 and the 2020 elections, there was multiple investigations, multiple court hearings, multiple recounts, and there was no fraud or interference found. It was a fair election that she lost. She's still saying that there was a bunch of voters that weren't able to vote, voter suppression. She's saying that there were mail-in ballots that were cast for her that were thrown away. She's saying Katie Hobbs, the real winner, was padding the things and she was Secretary of State. Not true. Total and complete lie. Now on to Doug Mastriano. Doug Mastriano has still not conceded in my state, the state of Pennsylvania, the 2020 or 2022 governor's race. He lost in a landslide. He got like 30% of the vote, and Josh Shapiro got more than 50%. Same thing. Multiple recounts were done, multiple court hearings, multiple investigations. No proof of fraud or interference was found. None whatsoever. Now on to Stacey Abrams. Stacey Abrams, who is probably the most person she's the least worst with all this out of all these people. She is the only. She claims, and some of her supporters claim, that there were 5 trucks in the 2018 Georgia governor's race that were full of ballots that were for her that were never cast, and that's why she lost. Not true. Multiple investigations were done in that. No proof of interference, fraud of any sort. The premise of this video is, all 5 of these people, which there are much more, George Santos has done it too, are election deniers. This is what Liz Cheney is warning against. People like these people, like Kari Lake, Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, Stacey Abrams, Doug Mastriano. Now, don't get me wrong, Stacey Abrams does have some political beliefs I agree with, but so people like these 5 people, these candidates that ran, 3 of them are Republicans, 2 of them are Democrats, are the reason why people don't trust the government. Because you have them spreading lies like this. These are dangerous conspiracy theories and lies. They are very, very dangerous. They are so just dangerous. I don't understand. These are wrong. Concede your elections. You lose, you lose. I mean, that's like, imagine if Jalen Hurts, the player for the Eagles, imagine if after they lost Super Bowl last year, imagine if he went on and said that, oh, they were deflating balls, or they was rigged against us, there was interference. No, you can't say that. This is what's dividing people. I would say the worst person with this is Donald Trump, and I'd say ranking how bad the people are with this is probably Trump is the worst, Clinton is the second worst, Mastriano is, or Kari Lake is third worst, and then Mastriano hasn't really talked about it lately. Neither has Stacey Abrams, but still, they are all election deniers. This cannot happen anymore. These elections in the United States are fair and free. There's no interference. There's no fraud. It's time to stop. Like what the great former governor of Minnesota, Jesse Ventura, says, there is as much voter fraud in this country as there are people being struck by lightning and people getting eaten by sharks. It's a very small number. Not enough numbers to change the entire outcomes of elections. And, alright everybody, that's it for tonight. I just want to warn, please don't buy into election fraud, because usually if they're saying there's election interference or election fraud, they're usually a sore loser and an election denier. Alright, that's it for tonight, everybody. Please like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe for more, and please share the video. Thanks everybody for watching it. Have a good night.